The podcast you are about to listen to is a member of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB Financial. ATB sponsors hockey all the way from Tom Thumb and Pee Wee to the pros. They also love helping local volunteers whose tireless efforts often make hockey possible in their communities. For more on how ATB is here for you, head over to atb.com/listens. Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast, part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. This is December the 24th, 2018. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We are back. With me today is the always wonderful Joel.
Yo, Merry Christmas, y'all.
The tie-breaking Nick.
Ho, 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 Happy Holidays.
We are back. This is going to be a very fun episode for us because we get to relive some of our favorite moments from the show. Hopefully they are some of your favorite moments as well. And, you know, some of them are the ones that got the most reaction from you, the listener, on our social media, on the old Twitters, the Facebooks. And so we know that you love these. We want to bring them to you. We're going to start with probably our biggest moment of the year. Nick joined the show this year. And he started off with a bang. We just gave him the reins.
Yeah, it was very dangerous.
Well, we trust you, so...
I didn't know what I was doing. I think I blacked out, actually.
Well, that'll probably be a theme as we go through this show. So, without further ado...
Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast, part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATV. My name is Nick. I'm here in replacement of Carl, who's balled up somewhere, still crying from the Avalanche game on Saturday. I'm joined by the always wonderful Joel. Hello, Joel.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. Carl, not so much.
It's a big day in the Fourth Line. Like, good and bad.
Good and bad. Good and bad. Big day, though. You're right. It is a big day.
So, so not only are you replacing Carl tonight, it's just Carl is done. We don't know where he is. Permanent replacement. Is that
permanent? That's what I've been told. Yeah.
That's what I've been told. The powers that be, our intern told me, and so I think it was because of Elias Pettersson. Is that?
I think it was because of Elias Pettersson, yeah. He had a big game Saturday night.
He has sworn off. Carl has sworn off hockey just forever. It's not. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe we'll find him.
You guys started the show without me?
Oh, hi, Carl.
What did you miss?
Nothing. We were talking about Peter Forsberg.
Love that guy.
You might not anymore.
I still do. What did Peter Forsberg do? Trust me, there is nothing that Peter Forsberg did that could be nearly as terrible as what my Avalanche did to me this week. What a tire fire. Worst playoff team that I have seen. They're in a playoff spot somehow right now. It is atrocious. I went to the game in Calgary, sitting there, and I'm like, man, they're up 4-1 right now. I'm feeling pretty good about this. They gave up 5 goals in the third period. So, pretty upsetting. Not a nice way to go. And then they went and they just continually let the Vancouver Elias Petterssons back into the game on Hockey Night in Canada. And I'm just about done. So, but glad that Nick's here.
Thank you.
Did you mention the fact that the big change?
Well, you're back, so I don't know if it's a thing anymore. No, like that. It lasted like 30 seconds.
Yeah, we said you weren't ever coming back.
Yeah, that's why I thought Nick was here.
Oh.
Because we all know that I do nothing. And so I just showed up. Nick was here, and I was like, I'll talk hockey with Nick. That's fine.
Well, yeah, so for those who have long-time listeners of the show, and even short time, Nick was on, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks ago.
And so for short and long-time listeners, well acquainted with Nick, we are as well, and we are very excited that Nick is now he's part of the show. This is the first week where we've had the three of us, and the first week with three people on this show for a fourth line in decades.
Yeah, it's decades, yeah. So, no, it's a big day. I'm a little thrown off because I was all prepared to talk about how bad the Avalanche are, but now I'm a little worried.
We still can. We can still do that.
Well, you got a worse team in the Red Wings to talk about now.
How many games did the Red Wings win last week? I think more than both the Avs and the Leafs combined. So
they won 3, so it was a big week for Detroit.
Yeah,
Toronto didn't play last week, so this doesn't really count.
Certain players on the team didn't play. That's for sure. But yeah, Nick, we're very excited to have you on the show, and I think it's going to be a lot of the same. We'll see how it changes as we go. What kind of new things Nick brings. We're expecting at least one new idea per month out of Nick, and so we'll see what kind of stuff he brings.
Pushing it a little bit there.
I was going to...
What kind of idea machine do you think I am?
I was going to say per week, and I was like, you know what, we'll start him off easy. We'll start him off a little slower and work his way up. But I'm very excited.
Next up, one of my favorite is when I got to become a doctor for a day, and Carl and Nick, they've entrusted me with their medical health now, right?
Yeah, I haven't gone to a doctor ever since. I just asked Joel, and I'm not feeling well.
Joel, you are my family doctor.
Exactly. So, and just like we had some listeners email in, and I gave medical advice, and it was sound advice. So let's listen to that right now.
A couple weeks ago, you handed out unsolicited, unqualified medical advice.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
I don't recall what it was in regards to, but you were handing out I think it was actually about Carey Price. I think it was potentially about him, just bringing it full circle.
I don't think it was, but we could pretend that it was. I don't know.
Wasn't it when we were talking about how his chronic fatigue, and you were very knowledgeable about these things?
You were giving out. You were saying we can just give vitamin B12 and just good.
Okay,
that's what you said, and I was surprised by that. I forget what this is about.
Okay, either way, whatever it is, a little inside the actor's studio. Sometimes we don't remember what we talk about when we finish recording. Sometimes we do, and
you never do.
One of these things was that Joel did hand out unsolicited, unqualified medical advice, and some folks want to know what you would do for them.
Whoa, we actually got people that submitted medical questions?
We have multiple people who have questions for you to answer for them. So,
disclaimer, if this is an emergency, please call 911 or go to your actual doctor.
Joel is not a licensed doctor in any way.
This advice should not be taken.
However, if you do actually need advice, never mind. I was gonna say that tell us what happened, but if these are actual problems that you actually have, we're to just keep it private. And that's the other thing. I'm not gonna tell you who these people are, Joel.
Go to a doctor.
I'm gonna keep the identity private because again, we don't want to air people's medical issues on the show.
I like it.
So here we go, Joel. First question coming for you. Dr. Joel, how do you deal with pink eye? It's lousy. Your eye hurts a lot and it's itchy. So someone listening to the show has pink eye right now and they want to know, what do you do to help them?
Wow. This is a problem that I've never had before.
I had pink eye on vacation once, and it was the worst.
So the first thing that I've heard that you're supposed to do is put silver in your eye.
Silver?
Yeah.
Like flakes or coins?
I don't know. I think it's like liquefied.
So you're supposed to melt it.
I don't know. Someone was telling me about this once.
Okay, that's fine.
Sounds legit. It sounds legit. Put some silver in it. Second, I don't know, wear a patch.
Okay.
Just go full pirate. Just wear a patch.
Just for a point of reference, in case you'd like to change your advice, silver melts at 961 degrees Celsius. So maybe hold off on putting liquid silver in your eye.
No, it's like special liquid silver.
Okay. So it's
Get
like
it for, I don't know.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's not like actual like melted liquid silver.
Okay. It's like maybe it's traces of silver in something else and they just call it liquid silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So silver and an eye patch.
Yeah, silver and an eye patch. And then the other thing that you should do is you should get someone to duct tape oven mitts to your hands so you can't scratch at the eye.
That is great advice. If you don't want to burn a hole in your face with liquid silver, I would personally recommend just sleep with silver coins on your top of your eyes.
But like tape your eyes open.
Yeah.
So the silver is touching the eye.
Yeah. You definitely
and wash your hands.
You want contact. Yeah, you're going to want to wash your hands and those coins. Coins are notoriously filthy.
Yeah. Pour vodka on the coins to kill it with alcohol.
Okay.
Like a flavored vodka.
Okay. Is there one that's better for pink eye?
A citrusy one.
Okay, something super burny. That's good. So like some lemon, whatever. Yeah, I like that. All right, Joel. We've got another question for you. Are you ready?
The bigger question is, are they ready after what just happened?
This one should be a little bit easier. So someone needs to take medicine every single day. Don't worry. They already know the medicine that they need to take. The problem is they struggle to remember to take it. So is there any sort of like memory tips that you could give them on how to remember what to do?
Yes. So first off, it requires finding a significant other.
Okay.
Who is more responsible than you.
Okay.
And can tell you when to do it.
Okay. What if they don't have that option? So certainly I think a great option is to abdicate responsibility to someone else. Maybe just if you don't have that, a close friend, a podcast co-host could be someone who will just text you daily. No? Cool. I thought we had something special, Joel.
Next question. Do we have any more questions?
We have one last question.
Oh man.
So here's the next question. This person's right big toe hurts, and they're wanting to know if it's possible to have turf toe without actually stepping on turf. That's what they've pre-identified. It's like, this is that person who walks into the doctor's office and they're like, "Doctor, I have this problem and I need you to fix this." This person's already said, "I have turf toe." Maybe it's not even turf toe that they have. What is going on with their toe?
Okay. You said turf and toe a lot there. And so they do have turf toe or they don't have turf toe?
So they're saying that their right big toe hurts. And the question is it possible to have turf toe without actually stepping on turf? So to me, it sounds like, yeah, go.
I think you need to be careful not to get your toe hit by a hammer. And so if you hit your toe with a hammer, that's why it's hurting.
Not wrong.
And could be... I don't even know what turf toe is. How do you get turf toe? Is that like when your shoes, like you jam your toe on your shoe because like the turf stopped you from moving where like natural grass would like, you would slide with it a little bit?
Yeah.
It would give.
Yeah, I think that's the basic thing, but from what I can tell, it's sort of like, it's essentially a sprain of your toe. And you've sprained the ligaments around your toe. And so it's a sprain. You sprained your toe, and you can do it easily on turf.
And not turf, probably. I would think yes. Yes.
So to answer the question,
you can get turf toe from not being on turf.
Okay, cool. There you go.
I'm actually willing to put a little bit, like I'm willing to take some of our disclaimers away for answering that question.
Oh, yeah. That you can get turf toe not on turf.
Yeah, I don't think we have to be doctors to agree with that.
No, certainly
However, if you take liquid silver and rub it around that toe, that probably won't do anything because it's for pink eye.
Yeah. You don't want to do not use pink eye remedies on turf toe. They don't match.
Yeah. What's the worst injury you've had?
I dislocated my knee. I literally felt my kneecap go from one side of my leg to the other side and then back. That was pretty bad.
My knee does that all the time.
That's not good. That's not normal. I went to a real actual doctor when that happened. Actually, did I see a real doctor? I don't think I did. I went straight to, my sister works at a physio place, and I immediately, and it was like right across the street from my work. And so I hobbled across. I did this at lunchtime. We were off skating at lunch. And my skating skills are weak. And so I worked on that. Anyways, skated there, dislocated it, hobbled over there, saw my physio, and he said, you should go to this place. So I went to a clinic at the university. I don't know if that guy was a doctor either, but it's fixed.
Yeah. So like not often, I don't know, 8 times a year, my knee, I'll feel the bone shift in my knee and I can like feel it. And then I just like hit it with my fist and like the bones kind of like grind together and it pops back in.
That is not okay. You literally every month and a half, you were smacking your knee back into place.
Yeah. And it hurts so much.
Yeah. We need to actually get you to a doctor.
And like, seriously, it takes like a day or two for like the pain to go away. And maybe more than
swelling.
That. No, there's not really any swelling. I don't know. Maybe there is. I haven't paid that close attention. It hurts though.
Maybe
it hurts a lot.
Next time pay a little bit of attention. Report back. Cause here's the thing. Before this hockey season is done, statistically, it's going to happen. When was the last time it happened?
It's probably due to happen fairly soon.
I was going to say, I bet, cause you officially actually move into your home in 3 weeks. I give you approximately 3 weeks. I bet the day that you're moving, you're going to be so busy. You're doing things. You're up. You're lifting stuff that's heavy. It's going to happen that day. I've called it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like usually what happens is like, it's usually when I've cause like I often tuck my leg underneath me when I'm sitting.
Uh-huh. I do similarly. Yeah.
And that's when it usually happens and I can feel it like move out and then I'm afraid to move because I know it's going to hurt when it puts back into place.
If there's any actual doctors listening, can you please give us some advice for our friend Joel? He needs it. He really needs it.
Are you do you actually think this is a problem?
That is actually not something that your body is supposed to do.
I also have an extra bone in my foot.
Actually?
Well, I don't think it's extra, but I broke my foot once and now there's a part of it that sticks out.
Yeah, that's not extra at all. You have a broken bone in your foot. Literally. Is it the same leg as your knee? Is it both knees? Okay, so it's one knee.
No. I don't know. I think it's just my leg. No, it is the same leg.
So Joel's left foot has a broken bone in it, and there's just a bone just floating around in there.
It's not floating around. It's definitely fixed.
Okay, so there's a fixed a stationary broken bone in Joel's foot. His left knee will pop out of place and he just smacks it back in. Your left side is hurting.
How many broken bones? Have we talked about this? How many broken bones have you had?
I've broken a finger. And that's it.
And probably a toe. Everyone breaks a toe.
Maybe. I've never, been said I've broken a toe.
Like, you stubbed your, small toe before, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, everyone has.
Yeah, so one of those times it probably broke.
Probably. The only one I ever did anything about was my finger.
Don't you think? I imagine, I've stubbed a toe pretty hard a couple times.
Yeah.
And so, I have broken every arm and leg once, at least.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do we want to... Let's save that for another episode. Do we want to, or do you want to get into that now? Are there any good stories?
My brother pushed me off a bunk bed.
Okay.
And I landed on a heat register.
That was when you were 26 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week.
It was over Christmas at your folks' place.
Yeah, the best one was I was at summer camp and we were playing a game in the middle of the night and me and my cousin were running away from someone who had a flashlight and something to hit us, and we ran off the side of a river bend and fell about 6 to 7 feet onto rocks.
Was that a leg?
That was my arm. He broke his leg.
Okay. Throughout this season, one of the themes that's been abundantly clear is the fact that goalie interference is a hot mess of a situation. No one knows what goalie interference is. I feel it's gotten a little bit better as of late. Do you agree?
No.
Okay.
Nobody has a clue.
It's only gotten the same. Earlier this year, we had enough as well, and we let our thoughts be known on goalie interference. They talked about what they're going to do with goaltender interference. This is something that came up because, especially on the heels of last week, during the show last week, we talked about this. We talked about the fact of there was a goal that was disallowed in the Avalanche Leafs game.
Which is the correct way of saying that. A goal was disallowed.
Right.
Not an illegal goal. A goal.
Like a good goal.
A good goal was disallowed. You are an Avalanche fan, and you still think that was a good goal.
Yeah. And then later in the week, there was another goal that was disallowed.
There was a guy sitting on Frederik Andersen. He was sitting on him. And that's okay. That is okay.
So that goal stood. The goal was someone on Fred. Do we need the rant shack for you?
I am so fired up about this.
Okay, Joel, I'm gonna go watch this All-Star game. You tell me your thoughts on goaltender interference.
Did you watch the Oilers game? Did you see the Oilers
game?
You saw that. How? So there was a guy sitting on Frederik Andersen. Sitting on him. And that counted. Connor McDavid barely touched Mike Smith or whoever the goalie was. And that was then disallowed.
Yeah.
The puck was behind the Avalanche goalie, and Matthews is like, I'm just going to go around and tap it in. And they're like, no, you touched the goalie. That's not allowed. You know what this is going to result in?
Nope.
This is going to result in, you remember Stanley Cup Finals, I believe, I want to say 99? I don't know, Sabres Stars. Foot in the crease controversy, right? That should have been disallowed according to the rules. That's where we're going again. We're going where if you touch blue, it's going to be no goal. And if the goalie comes outside of blue, you can do whatever you want to him. And how is that going to be fun?
Well, see, so here's what came out of this. The league sent a letter, a memo, not a letter. I don't know the difference. I'm not professional. They sent a memo to the officials saying to take a quick look, but don't search it to death, which I don't know what that means. I don't know how that's going to help. Does that give you any confidence that they're just going to take a quick little peek? And they're like, not goalie interference. I'm took my quick look.
It's so dumb. All the beat writers and whatnot for the Leafs, after the goal that accounted when the guy was sitting on Frederik Andersen, the league sent out a memo to all the people following and said, as an explanation for the goal and why it was allowed. Did you see that? Do you want to know what the explanation was?
I do.
It was, we found that there was no goalie interference, so it was a good goal. That's what it said. I'm not even making this up. You can go check it out. It just basically said, at this time, in this period of this game, there was a review for goalie interference. It was deemed there wasn't goalie interference, so it was a good goal. Well, thanks. Thanks, Batman. Thanks for sending that out. This is good. It has been so bad. I think I was reading something or listening to something. There's been 33 goals that have been denied by goalie interference so far this year. There was 36 total last year.
It's getting a little out of hand.
It's getting out of hand. It's so bad.
Well,
it's so frustrating.
Yeah. So what is your vision? What do you want? What do you want to have happen?
I want, if you sit on a goalie, that's not allowed. And I want if the guy is making a hockey play.
You're asking for more goals to be allowed is what you're asking for then.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
That is what I want. I want it so that as you can, did you see when there was another one earlier in the game that I actually don't understand. JVR totally took out the Blackhawks goalie and the goal was disallowed. But there was actually no chance the goalie was going to get the puck. So I don't know how you do it. The problem is I don't even want a black and white system. I want common sense. But it just doesn't seem like any referee in any sport can have common sense. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand why this is so difficult. Carl, why is this so difficult?
It's not. Okay, no, I get why it is difficult. I do get why it's difficult. It's difficult because people want to be able to have a justifiable reason that they can put. Now, granted, you know what? I think they realized, man, we really screwed up that Freddie Andersen. There was someone sitting on him. And so that's why they sent out that garbage reason, because they're we can't actually make a reason. So I think that one is an actual mistake. But the rest of it, I think what you want is something where you can send something like that out and say, hey, this is why it got overturned because of this reason and this reason and this reason, and have that similar. So if you're saying someone made contact with the goalie, that is not someone made large contact with the goalie, small contact with the goalie. They're saying, look, if someone made contact because there's no way to make a big contact versus small contact, and then how much contact does or doesn't matter, I think they're trying to get it to this black and white point, and it's very difficult to have it. Like you said, it is difficult, and that's what they're trying to do, and it's leading into over-policing.
Because yes or no, Connor McDavid goal was good.
Very good.
Not even close. I think that this is my answer, and I know there's people that disagree with me, and I don't really care. I think you need to take this out of the Zebra's hands and send it if you're going to challenge goaltender interference, don't let two guys look on an iPad mini that is from 17 years ago that is blurry and doesn't have HD and send it to Toronto to the room where there's challenges. Why do you have two different systems for challenging things?
I agree. I think they should all come from the same place. That way it's just the same group of people.
And it shouldn't be the two guys that are on the ice that are totally going to be swayed by the fans, because if you're in Philly, dangerous if you go again.
You're going to get wounded on your way out.
So how about you just take it out of the guy's hands? Don't make them look at a little tiny screen, because
and it's going to be way faster, right?
It's gonna be,
there you can blow it up and you're not basing it off of what was actually seen anyways. You're only allowed to base it off of what's in this review thing. So yeah, give it to the people who have all the views, the big TVs. You can blow it up and you can be like, look, same thing with offside. I think offside is just as bad as goalie interference right now. The amount of things that are called offside. The fact that there was an offside review in the All-Star game is ridiculous.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the league that you have guys looking at offsides on like literally handheld screens. Well, 80% of the people that are watching the game are watching it on screens way bigger than the refs are.
Well, shoot, I would argue that depending on where you're sitting in most of these arenas, that Jumbotron is giving you a better view of the offside than what they have.
So everybody has a better view except for the two guys that are making the call.
Whose job it is, yeah.
So
shoot, even on the benches, right? Behind most of these benches now, especially the home bench, they have a full-size TV there. Like, they should just go skate over to the Leafs bench and go watch the review there, because it's better.
I love how you said Leafs, because you're right. The Leafs are getting destroyed with these calls.
Well, I thought of that because of the fact that they were the ones in question this week. So
I don't get how they could see. I don't even know who the heck it was. It was like he was on top of Frederick Anderson. He was like on him, and I'm not exaggerating. Am I exaggerating?
No, he was sitting on him, which the overhead camera makes it very difficult to see if someone's on you or not.
No, it doesn't. Like, it's not difficult. It was on. I am so mad.
So I knew joining this podcast would be a lot of fun. I didn't know it would be painful. As many of you know, I'm a big Red Wings fan. I love them. I love every player on the team. And Joel decided to put me on the hot seat in one of my first episodes and make me choose which Red Wing I hated the most. Turns out, it wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be. Have a listen. No, I think it's going up 3 million. I think it's going up.
Okay,
86.
It's 79.5.
So it's going up to 80. So it's going up $3.5 million next year.
Yeah, thanks, Gary Bettman, for Jake Gardner. Appreciate it. Well,
I was going to say the Leafs already committed to Austin Matthews, but beat me to that one.
So that'll be, teams like the Leafs in need of that will be good. Teams in need of salary cap floor can make a trade for Patrick Marleau.
A Red Wing.
Or Athanasiou, or Nick Cronwall.
Literally any one of them. Any of them.
Just please help us. Oh no, never mind.
I have a new game that we can play with Nick.
Okay.
Oh God.
Do you want to play? Do you want to talk? Do you want to finish the Bettman stuff and then play the game?
We'll play this game right now.
Okay. Which Red Wing do you hate most? And we're just going to start choosing players, and you get to tell us, and it's just going to make us feel good.
So you just want to know?
Okay,
yeah,
I'm just going to give you two, and you. Just
I didn't realize it was
you
multiple choice.
Oh
okay.
no, it's going to be great. Dylan Larkin, or I don't even know how to say that guy's name. Martin Ferk. How do you say that? Ferk.
Yeah.
That guy? Okay, so Martin Ferk or Luke Glendening?
Who do I hate more?
Yeah.
Martin Ferk.
Is that the guy? Did we find the guy in the first one?
We're just going to ride Ferk the whole way.
Martin Ferk or... Is that the guy's name?
Christopher N.
Sure.
I would part with Martin Ferk first.
Oh, no, you get stuck with all of these guys. There's no parting. They're just on your team. It's just who do you hate most?
Martin Ferk.
Can we play a quick little side game? Where is Christopher from?
I know, so...
okay, Carl.
I'll go with Christopher is from Denmark.
No, that's that doesn't sound right.
Nick?
It's...
Go ahead, Joel. I know where it's from.
I do too. It's Sweden.
That was my second guess. I know that doesn't count for anything, but...
Counts for absolutely nothing right now.
Let's go back to the game. Martin Ferk.
Martin Ferk or Jimmy, we're apparently going to get a lot for you, Howard, at the deadline.
Martin Ferk.
Oh, I picked the guy. I'm really happy that
I'm amazed that
you picked the guy.
You picked... Is this actually the guy you hate the most on the Red Wings?
No. If you put him up against Luke Witkowski, I would say Luke Witkowski.
Oh, that guy's the worst. What about the Kaiser? I think you should hate him the most. Let's go Luke Witkowski versus Danny DeKaiser.
Oh, Luke Witkowski.
Really?
Yeah, I told you he's the guy I hate the most. Danny DeKaiser, look, overpaid, but he can be an okay defenseman.
Dude, he's there for 4 more years or 3 more years. It's so long.
I know how long he's there for.
That Witkowski guy is gone after this year. He's going to go to Arizona.
Knowing Ken Holland, they'll probably re-sign him for 4 years at $2 million a year.
Sounds like a win.
Okay, this is a good one because this one makes me laugh. Jonathan Bernier or Danny DeKaiser?
Probably Bernier.
That's the most Nick has had to think about one yet.
Yeah, that's okay.
Probably Bernier.
Do you feel good about your team right now?
No.
Did you feel good about them before we started playing this game?
No.
Okay.
Do you feel better about your team?
No.
Hey, on the plus side, Witkowski is UFA. After this
Here's
year.
That's a good plus side. Yeah, the Red Wings are a point-a-game team. Like, they're not a laughing stock, which I thought they would be.
Well, they were at the start of the season.
Yeah, but this is now,
and they bounced back nicely. They're still playing a little better than they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tied with Ottawa. Is that? And they're better than Pittsburgh. That's got to make you feel good.
That does feel good. That one does feel good.
So now we're feeling better. Now we're better than Pittsburgh. We're New Jersey.
They're tied for 6th in the division? That's pretty good.
It's all right.
One of the things that I hate most about Carl is...
It's a long list. It's a lengthy list, folks.
Is that he frequently ruins every game of my life with his reverse jinx. And then finally one day I had enough. And I let loose. It feels like I've been in a playoff spot, like locked down for months.
Playing in the Atlantic Division will do that to you. Yeah, for sure.
Because they've played well enough, but I don't know. I just want playoff hockey. I just don't want. This is just boring now. It's just like nobody cares about this hockey, right?
I care. My team's still in the hunt. I've got a horse in this race. Now, granted, if they stopped the regular season today, they're in. So I'd be okay with that, but... Wait,
you're saying something positive about your team? I'm used to you saying things negative about your team.
Well, it's a roller coaster of emotions, Joel.
Can I pull a text message back that I got from you? Can I read that on the air? Is this allowed?
Probably. I don't know which one. I send you a couple, so...
March 5th is when you sent it to me.
March 5th. That was a Monday.
Does that day ring a bell for you?
That was not really.
Is that the day that the Avalanche got eliminated? Did we throw them in the elimination station?
Well, I'd have to check.
So, this text message came either on March 5th or February 26th. So, I can't tell. The numbers are like really small, but
the 28th was when they went and got eliminated from the old hockey show.
Why were we recording on a Wednesday?
Right, we recorded that on the Monday and released it that was trade deadline day.
Okay, yeah. See, I see it here now. It does say February 26th. Let me just read this text for you.
Okay,
and
thanks.
See how you feel about it. I hate sports. Everything is the worst. Why even bother anymore? I'm going to start getting into dance. I hate the Avalanche.
That seems like it's something I would say for sure.
How has the dance gone? Or were you just playing the reverse jinx like you always do? Like,
I wouldn't say always do.
Case in point, you were winning a hockey game yesterday that you had a bet on with friend of the show, Mr. Nick Sagan. He's more than a friend.
Yeah, like family.
Family, cousin.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving Day cousin.
We have him over on the holidays.
Yeah,
and like big hockey events.
So you had a bet with Mr. Sagan. Your team was winning by like about 12 goals at the time, and then you sent out the tweet, "Oh, I don't know if this is gonna happen. They may not win. They're pretty bad." Just to like solidify that that's reverse jinx, just right in there.
Mm-hmm. I stand by it. The Avalanche, I believe when I sent the tweet out, it was at the end of the second period, I believe.
And it was 12-1.
It was 3-1. And it was about the worst 3-1 lead I'd ever seen. Now, granted, they did end up winning 5-1. And so, yes, in hindsight, that message was unnecessary and possibly a little infuriating to Nick.
Oh, totally.
I might not get invited to Thanksgiving anymore.
Nick, if you're listening, I want you to know that I do not stand for Carl rubbing salt in the wound of when your team is losing, and he just tosses the reverse jinx out there.
That one was not, but that wasn't a reverse jinx. That was just me literally thinking I could think of a million ways that the Avalanche could blow this lead. And that's all I could think about at the time. I was like, they played so terrible. I can see Varlamov giving up a soft one. Then Nikita Zadorov turning the puck over in front of the net. And then it's suddenly 3-3.
I don't know. I have seen you do this so many times where there is nobody I see, first of all, that plays the reverse jinx as much as you do. And second of all, as well as you do. Like, it is ridiculous. And so we're doing something that we've never done on this show before. Cue the music rolling backwards.
What music?
I don't know. The Elimination Station. I don't know. Can we do that? Can we roll it backwards? We're pulling them out. Avalanche no longer in the Elimination Station. If we had like the opposite of the Elimination Station, we'll give them like the X. Like you're locked into the playoff spot. Avs, they're in. Don't even worry about it.
I am worried about it, Joel. They're in a playoff spot. Being in a playoff spot this year is much better than not, right? That goes without saying.
Hot takes by Carl.
Just the hottest takes coming here. So they're 2 points up on the Stars with a game in hand. The Stars have fallen apart on the back of... This is why. They tried to let Ben Bishop put them on his back, and he got hurt with the entire Dallas Stars roster on his back.
So that's a point against the Avalanche making the playoffs?
So that's... Yeah, I'm torn. Because I honestly, I'm like, I don't see how this team can do it, especially after last season. After sitting through that, and then to turn around and become a playoff team the next season. Like, I guess if the Vegas Knights can go from literally nothing to winning a division, the Avalanche can go from terrible to a playoff team, but I don't know. I'm trying. This is why I say these things because, like, I look at the situation, and on paper it makes me really happy. Like the reason you gave, the fact that we've got the Blues and the Flames as the other two teams that could knock them out.
Well, I have lots of things to say about the Flames.
So I look at that and I'm like, neither of those two really scare me. So in order to keep my sanity, if they do lose, that's why I reverse jinx. And it's not a reverse jinx. I genuinely think bad things are going to happen. When your team hurts you, like my team did last year, this is how I feel.
So you know how like you always refer to me as the always wonderful Joel?
Yeah.
I've got a new nickname for you.
Uh-oh.
Woe is me, Carl.
Okay.
Just always woe is me. Everything is meaningless. Nothing has purpose. Everything's the worst. Stupid. Sports are dumb.
Yeah, those are, as much as I do question parts of that text I sent you. Some of those are in fact direct quotes from me. That is a fact.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm pulling them out. They are out of the elimination
pull them
station.
Out.
We are doing it.
No.
They are out. They're out. It's over. They're locked into the playoffs. We're going to eliminate another team tonight. We're pulling them out. We're going to do it. And you're on board with this.
So you think they're in. You think that there's no chance that they're getting knocked out.
So they either have games in hand or equal play games with the teams under them. They're up 2 points on Dallas, who is about to ride the next 9 games with Kerry Lettinen, who, like, his name is actually Let It In. Like, that's his name.
That's a bad sign for a goalie.
The Flames, they're 6 points out with 9 games left. Like, that is a lot with 2 teams in the way. Like, if you haven't guessed this already, that's my vote. We're throwing them in the elimination station tonight. St. Louis has already said we don't want to go.
They're actively trying to not make the playoffs.
They're just like, listen, we don't want to do this, guys. Let's not win. So it is very difficult. Dallas is the only team that probably actually even has a chance. You have to have, like, you need 2 of those teams to climb up. Not just one. You need 2 of those teams. It's not going to happen.
Here is the reason that I don't have great faith. The schedule. The Avalanche play 7 out of their 10 games against teams currently in a playoff spot. So it's not the easiest road. They've got 2 more games against the Knights, 2 games against the Kings, who are below them right now. They've got the Ducks, the Sharks, and the Flyers. And then Chicago twice and the Blues. Like, that's not an easy path to guaranteed playoffs.
It's not a hard one. You're literally talking about, like, the worst teams that aren't in the wild card. Like, the Sharks and the Ducks, terrible teams. Just awful.
I wouldn't go. Are we putting them in the elimination station?
No.
Okay, well,
no, we're not.
Let's play the music forwards and talk about what the team you wanted to put in there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for a great 2018. We are very excited to bring you this show into 2019 with all of the things that we have. We fired up the Elimination Station last week. We've got some fun things coming with High Sticking into 2019. If you're looking for more great podcast content during our break, head on over to the AlbertaPodcastNetwork.com where you will find tons of great shows. Want to specifically mention our friend Herman at the Modern Manhood Podcast, modernmanhood.org. He has a clip show coming out, his best moments of 2018. You'll want to check that out. Let's get ready. Let's do this. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. Enjoy your new year.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Boom City.
Nope. No. Boom City.
What we're doing today, we did the Eastern Conference last week. We are going to jump headfirst into the Western Conference and let's start with the Central Division. And
I'm sorry. We missed something in the Eastern Conference last week, and so I have a new friend that he's calling into the show, and he wanted to talk to me. Is that okay?
Sure, yeah. Do you need anything from me?
You can go.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk to him, and because he didn't think that we portrayed his team well enough. So let me just get him up on the phone here.
Hello?
Is this Scooby-Doo?
No.
Who am I talking to?
Do you just call and not know who you're looking for?
No, because I was an anonymous number, and he just said he had a beef about an Eastern Conference hockey team.
Oh, is this the Fourth Line podcast?
Yes.
I do have a beef with you.
Okay.
This is Gritty. And...
Oh, no, wait. This is the dude. You're the mascot guy.
Yeah, me Gritty. My Flyers are really good. And you didn't give them enough credit. Have you... Claude Giroux, so good.
Okay, wait. I said they were a playoff team.
Jacob Voracek, his beard is so good.
No, it's not.
I wanted my beard to look like him. I've grown my beard to look like Jacob Voracek.
Okay, Carl's not here. He's the one that hated on the Flyers. I said that they were a playoff team. But can I ask you a couple questions though?
Yeah.
What exactly is a Gritty? What, like you say, is that your name? Is that like your species?
I am Gritty. It is me.
But like, what is that?
Well, I have orange hair, and I live in Philadelphia. I live under the stadium.
Like a troll.
I'm not a troll. You're a troll.
Okay. Who are your parents? Like, where did you come from?
I'm adopted by Eric Lindros.
I doubt that.
He raised me as a child, and then he left me when he left the Flyers. But I've always wanted to be just like him. That's why I'm Gritty.
He was not Gritty. No. The way that you have been body checking people lately, that Eric Lindros would frown upon that.
Do not talk about Dad like that.
Okay. Are you in any way related to Youppi?
I don't. Do you like the Montreal?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who my family is. Do we look the same?
I'm not sure. It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you for joining the show. We're gonna hang up now.
My Flyers are really good. Don't hang up.
No. I'm gonna try and get Carl back on the back. I think he's like, I don't even know what he's doing right now.
Hey, what'd I miss?
Arguably, like we've talked about that we've had some good interviews over the years.
Yeah.
You just missed one of the worst.